Hi everyone, my name is Brianna Haddon and I'm a licensed behavior specialist from Easter Seals. Today I'm going to talk about using first then language in your child's everyday routine. You may have heard your child's teacher or therapist say things like first wash your hands, then snack, or first clean up, then sand. Now that we are all in our homes, it is important to implement strategies into your everyday routine at home to make transitions easier for your child. First, I want to take a step back and think about why first then language actually works, so we can use it effectively with our students and our children. It all started with a man named Premack. In 1959, Premack hypothesized that you could control your behavior by placing a high probability behavior, which is a reinforcing activity, after a low probability behavior, an activity that the child may not enjoy doing. So you are placing something that your child doesn't enjoy before something they like or enjoy. By doing this, the child is more likely to complete the non-desired activity or task. Some examples. First, bath, then fire truck. First, haircut, then donut. First, diaper change, then song. Some individuals diagnosed with autism may not enjoy bath time, getting their hair cut, or getting their diaper changed. Every child and individual has different likes and dislikes, so it's important to monitor what your child enjoys and what they don't like so you can use first then language effectively in your everyday routine. It is very important to keep the language simple and straight to the point. Example, first bath and then fire truck. Another way to present first then language is through visuals. So let's talk about visuals. Visual supports are used with children who have autism spectrum disorder for two main purposes. First, they help parents communicate better with their child, and it helps the child communicate better with others. So why are visuals so important? The main features of ASD, autism spectrum disorder, are challenges in interacting socially, using language, and having limited interest or repetitive behaviors. So visual supports help in all three areas. For more information on visual supports for individuals diagnosed with ASD, click on the link below this video. Okay, so how do we implement first then language into a visual? Many teachers and therapists use what is called a first then board. It is a visual display of something your child prefers that will happen after completing a task that is less preferred. A first then board is helpful in teaching children with ASD to follow directions and learn new skills. So how do we teach this and how do we use it? First, decide on what you want your child to complete first, which will go in the first box. And then decide on the preferred item or activity, which would go in the then box. Here's an example. So first, bathroom, then toy. So here I put the less preferred activity before the desired item. So the child is motivated by this toy. So first, you should present the visual with a brief verbal instruction. So first, bathroom, then toy. If needed, you can present the visual while the child is completing the task. For example, first, shoes, then swing. So while the child is putting their shoes on, you show the visual and say, one more shoe and then swing, when the child is almost done. If challenging behavior occurs, continue by prompting your child to complete the first task. Keep your focus on the task rather than on the challenging behavior. It is important to still provide the reinforcing item or activity if the child completed the task. Since the focus of the board is on completing the first task and not attending to the challenging behaviors. If you anticipate challenging behavior will happen, begin by introducing the first then board for a task that your child usually completes willingly and successfully. It is important to pair the first then board with things the child already enjoys doing so it's effective when you implement the visual for less preferred activities. For example, you can start with something the child already does. The child eats a snack and then plays with toys. You can implement the first then board into this routine. Put a picture of a snack in the first column and then a picture of play in the second column. By doing this, you are pairing the first then board with activities the child already does and then slowly introduce the first then board using a less preferred activity with a highly desired item preceding the activity. Here I'm going to show you different examples of first then boards. Your child may need a different type of first then board depending on their needs. It is important to consult with the teacher or the child's therapist on what type of first then board works best for them. Here is a first then board with images. This is a first then board using PEC symbols for circle and then snack. This is a first then board using colorful images. Due to the COVID-19 crisis, we may not have access to certain materials to make visuals for our child. So you can consult with your teacher or your child's therapist, and I'm sure they would be happy to help you and provide you with the visuals that you need for your child. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Stay healthy and safe. Have a good day.